What's up, everyone? Good evening. What's going on? Welcome to a new podcast of the Daily Mind. Hair still fucked up. I just finished eating, and I had a long day. I can't stress that enough. This is always one of the highlights of my day is simply being on this show, giving you guys an hour of complete utter nonsense that I don't think you can find anywhere else. Yeah, Mario, there you go. You've been waiting. I told you I wasn't going to be too late. However, though, I'm back with a half hour of just complete utter nonsense. Shout out and let's give it up for nonsense. All right, so I got back in. I had a crazy hectic day today. I didn't get back in until like 6:30 this evening, and half hour only. No. This show is not a half hour. Oh, I did say a half hour. I meant an hour. People, the show is an hour now. It's not a half hour no more. I'm here to give you 1 hour at least of complete utter nonsense. Thanks for the correction, of course. Yeah, I haven't had a half hour show in over a week, and I don't foresee half hour shows for quite a long time. So, and you guys are the reason for that because you are the ones that are asking me to stay on, asking for more content, and of course the feedback is almost like I can talk to a live audience in front of me. So it's almost like, hey, you guys keep the show going. I like it. So I'm just going to keep it fucking going. All right, bet. So again, long day, driving around. I'm tired, moving shit around. It's typically what I do. And again, I'm just like, I'm beat, people. I'm beat. All right. What else? Oh, yeah, right. I got 2 more episodes until season 17. So if I do, let me see, this is 398. I got 1 more episode because after the next episode, that's it. Tomorrow or the next episode will be the last one for 16, and then sometime next week is gonna be a bit of a break until sometime next week where I'll start the next season. You said give her a chance. No. No, we're not doing that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, give her a chance. I think everybody deserves a chance in a sense, but yeah, I know you're kidding. All right. So the last time we were here, I did an episode. What was it on? Was it hotel rooms? I think I did bizarre hotel rooms or some shit like that. I think that's what it was. And this next episode is inspired not just by that, but it's also inspired by my niece, who I don't know if is on the show tonight, where she mentioned that I should do something about Airbnbs. Oh no, sorry. The last episode was bizarre TSA findings. The one prior to that was about hotel things that people find crazy in the hotels, whether you be a guest or a host, housekeeping and whatnot. Now I'm gonna do an episode on bizarre Airbnb findings. Listen, for a long time I was not a big, fan of the Airbnb. I thought it was like really bizarre shit where somebody is renting their house or an apartment to complete strangers, and then they go in there, whatever. So when I was recently in Europe for about 9 months or so, I went for the first time to an Airbnb in Estonia, right? This place, Estonia, is just, it's a place, all right? It's a place. It's different. It's in the Baltics. So this place, the town called Tallinn, it's a really, really nice city. I got 2 really good cities in Estonia, and yeah. All right, Mario, you said I stayed in one in Munich. They had a family photo on the wall. It was kind of creepy. Yeah, I mean, it's somebody's house, like, that shit's kind of creepy. Captain James, of course. Thank you, man. Hey, good job out there. Like, we were crushing it today. Much appreciated. Captain James in the building, everybody. Round of applause for sure. All right. But yeah, Airbnbs, right? I was never a fan of this, right? I didn't understand the concept at first. So when I was in Europe, I went to an Airbnb. Now, this was in the heart of Tallinn. Tallinn is the capital city of Estonia. And this apartment was actually pretty good. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. So this apartment was actually pretty nice. The room, the bed, everything was really cool. The shower, the bathroom was actually pretty big size for a apartment in the middle of the city. It was actually nice. Made me think a little bit different about Airbnbs. Now, one reason I was never really a fan of Airbnbs is because of all the crazy shit that I found with it. And you asking me, how do y'all want me to package my dunnage? Just do it the right way, man. That's all we ask. That's all we ask is just to do it the right way. No, but this Airbnb is cool. But a lot of people, I've heard stories that when they go to these people's houses, Airbnbs, right? They find hidden cameras, creepy photos, like creepy family photos, like Mario said in the chat that he's seen at one place uh, and other things that can just go completely wrong at an Airbnb that'll just throw you off. Remember, people, it's an alternative, cheaper alternative than to go to a hotel. You're in somebody's house, so you're gonna see shit like family photos, cat photos, hamster photos, unnecessary photos, uncensored photos, depending on what part of the house you go to, which is damn near every single part of the house. Damn, I almost knocked my mic down. All right, so without further ado, now of course you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up and find some of the craziest Airbnb stories known to man. There's even an Airbnb page called Airbnb Hell, where people obviously give their stories. Now, Captain James, did you get a pass? What do you mean a pass? What pass? Oh, I know what you know. Oh, I didn't get a pass. No, I didn't get no damn pass.
What pass?
That's what. Now you got my wife asking, did I get a pass? No, man, you trying to get me shot? You trying to get me shot? No, I didn't get no damn pass, man. No. However, though, the Airbnb was a surprise. A pass to your wife. No, I ain't give her no pass. Hell no, she don't get no pass.
What do I need a pass for?
Exactly. She said, what does she need a pass for? She got me. Chill out, buddy.
Exactly.
All right. So, no, like y'all together. Oh shit, my bad. What is? Oh no. This was in How did you leave the basement? Oh no. Oh, okay. I got you. No, I got a pass to go at that time. I had a pass and a battle buddy. No, I thought you were talking about some other crazy shit. Like, did she give me a pass to go, mess around and shit? No, absolutely not.
Like that?
Huh?
Why are you thinking like
It's all in context. I just misread it in context. You're gonna have me sleep on the fucking couch tonight. Anyway, huh?
You're slow.
Yeah, I'm slow. I'm slow, people. I'm slow. All right. All right, bet. So they even have an Airbnb page called Airbnb Hell. All right. Now the first page I'm gonna go to is BuzzFeed because that's where I get all my damn stories, and the funniest shit comes from BuzzFeed for a lot of these episodes. It adds to very great content. All right. So this article on BuzzFeed was written August 4th of 2022, saying people reveal the worst Airbnbs they've ever stayed at, and it's enough to make you book a hotel. Now, again, not a lot of us are balling on hotel money, so a lot of us tend to go to Airbnbs as cheaper alternatives. Again,
rewards.
Do you get rewards for Airbnbs?
No, but if you have a hotel.
No. Okay, hotels you get them.
The rewards, so you can stay at a
Okay.
hotel.
But yeah, maybe there is a rewards program for Airbnbs. I don't know. I have the app. Right? I haven't stayed at a Airbnb in a while. All right, Mary, you said cleaning fees are hella high, though.
Yep.
I can imagine because it's somebody's house. They don't have, like, a housekeeper to, like, clean their shit after you. No, it's like it's their house, Of course, they're going to charge fees that may be higher. See, when you go to a hotel, the cleaning fees is included to a point. Now, hun, isn't incidentals to cover certain damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so typically incidentals, right? You go to a hotel, they charge you $100 incidental. That's to cover anything fucked up to $100. If you throw a party
Room service.
or room service, you could charge it the room service, or you could apply it to some sort of damage you do to the room. They cover cleaning fees to a point, people. Don't sit there and trash the room thinking that your flat rate hotel is going to cover all that. Because I read a story one time in one of my last episodes where they had a party with kids and adults, and they had a soda machine, ice cream machine, all types of shit. Hey, Ben, thanks for joining for the show. And they had the machine. The kids went in one room, fucked the whole room up, had syrup, ice cream, soda everywhere. The adults was in the other room getting fucked up, drinking and all that stuff. And the hospital, not the hospital, the hotel hit them with a $7,000 bill.
Dang.
To clean it up. Like I said, your hotel payment only gonna cover so much damage. So don't sit there and destroy the hotel room. Same with Airbnbs, they don't have a cleaning service. That's someone's house. So of course they're gonna charge you higher for the fees. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start reading some of these stories. And again, thank you. So I'm gonna start with this first story. I skipped the opening thing. Nobody needs to hear all that shit. I think we get the idea of what this episode's about to be about. All right, number one. Here we go.
Horseradish.
Thank you. All right, my boyfriend and I stayed in an apartment. Okay, you said, what was that? What do you mean? What did you see? What did you see? I don't know. What was that? Come on, you got to help me out here. Number one, my boyfriend and I stayed in an apartment that was owned by by the woman living upstairs, who spent the first Thank you. Oh, yeah. She showed me the Pop-Tarts. It was a box of pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts. Remember the shit I showed you? Yeah, it was that shit. I'm gonna start now. It says that my boyfriend and I stayed in an apartment that was owned by the woman living upstairs, who spent the first 10 minutes of our visit bragging about how she was a single mom, taking care of 3 kids, and was still able to make money off of the Airbnb. My boyfriend, tired and jet lagged from the long trip, mostly just nodding along. You know, like you're listening to the conversation, but like, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's pretty much what he was doing. And as soon as she left, we hopped into bed for the night. Now, I was awoken early in the morning to the feeling of something tugging on our blankets and assumed that an animal had gotten in or something. When I opened my eyes, the owner's son was making his way onto the blanket, trying to crawl in bed with us.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Why is the owner's son? Whoa, hey. Wait. This got to be like a grown man. Because no one's going to leave their child in an Airbnb by themselves and let the kid just stay there. All right, Mario says some people Airbnb out rooms though. Yeah, that's true. It's not always apartments. It could be houses, apartments, lofts, studios, whatever is the space. If your landlord or whatever allows you. So yeah, the son crawled in the bed with them. Okay, but there's more to it. So it wasn't an adult. It was a kid. It says he was maybe 7 years old, and at first I had no idea who he was. I was so shocked I didn't move. Just went, hello. His mother came downstairs, and her explanation was something like, oh yeah, he does that sometimes. What? An Airbnb in your car? I'm not Airbnb in my fucking car. I got the space, but I ain't doing that. But you probably can do that. All right, so the 7-year-old crawls into this bed with these Airbnb guests. The mom was like, oh, he does this all the time. Why are you letting your kid crawl in the bed with strangers in the first place? It turns out that she wasn't renting the lower apartment to tenants. This woman just gave her kids free reign of the lower apartment whenever they wanted. This still didn't explain how he got into the apartment, which was locked all the time, or why he was crawling into bed with us. So there's a whole downstairs apartment, and they just let these kids just fucking play in the apartment. Some people got just way too much money and way too much space, letting their kids do all types of dumbass shit. I would have lost my mind, be like, why is your kid crawling in bed with me? And why are you allowing your kid to crawl in bed with strangers? People, don't get caught up. That's how you go to jail. Number 2, we were asked to keep the internet usage to a minimum. No, friend. They also set the TV to keep cutting to some kids' movies on a regular basis. I guess to deter us from using the internet. It was weird. So we got internet blockers now. Like, fuck it. Hey, you guys are only allowed to watch Nickelodeon and the news. That is it. And the price is right if you pay a little bit extra. You're not watching anything else. You're not sucking up our internet. You know the internet is like, you pay each month and you get unlimited internet. He said that'll be an extra $200. I mean, to use the internet, why didn't they just use their cell phone service? Like, I'm not going to an Airbnb asking for their Wi-Fi. I think my cell phone service works just fine where I'm at. I don't care about your Wi-Fi. Honestly, I remember the last Airbnb I went to, they had a Netflix account. I don't know if I had access. I think they gave like the code for it or whatever, but it didn't even work. For some reason, they gave you a code. They say, hey, watch Netflix. It's on us. And for some reason, I couldn't even get in. So, all right. Now, you made a good point, Mary. You said unless you're in the mountains. Okay, that's different. If you're in a rural area where your cell phone service is complete garbage, then yeah, absolutely ask for the Wi-Fi password because, well, what else are you going to do? Play with your fingers and draw or some shit? No. You're going to want some sort of internet, some sort of connection to the outside world in case you get kidnapped. All right, number 3. A few years ago, I stayed at an Airbnb that night before my best friend's wedding. The stay was a gift from one of her family friends who owned it during the night, had the worst nightmare that all of us, bride and bridesmaid. You said that's what you did in JRMC. No, I did not. I did not do that. I mean, I draw a lot. Yeah, I drew a hell of a lot. But that's also because my phone, because I had Google Fi, kept restarting every damn day. It was never really a day that went by where it did not restart. Anyway, they had a nightmare that all of us, the bride and the bridesmaids, were stuck in the Airbnb while a strange man terrorized us and burned the house down with all of us inside. That's why you don't eat before midnight, because you get some really bad fucking dreams. When I woke up, I was terrified and couldn't shake the feeling that there was negative energy in the house. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, one of the other bridesmaids mentioned that she had a nightmare that they were all murdered in the house, and also felt this crazy, scary energy in the house that kept her up the rest of the night. I am a pretty skeptical person, but I haven't been able to stay at the Airbnb, stay at an Airbnb since. So some crazy ass nightmare of a place with negative energy said, fuck it, I'm never doing that again. And Gabby, thanks for joining, whoever you are, but thanks for joining. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think a dream would deter me from wanting to stay at why did I think James' username was Cat Pajamas? Your name, James, does look like cat pajamas, man. Now, I've never seen a cat wear pajamas, but I think that might be like the most cutesy, hilarious thing. But I don't think I've had a dream that said, hey, don't go to a fucking Airbnb no more. I'm more skeptical about cameras and shit being in there. I don't want people seeing my unmentionables. All right, number 4. The listing said entire place, but there was a guy who was the owner who kept visiting the place. Once we were hanging out drinking on the patio, and he came out with a beer as well, and that's how the trip was going. We wanted to be left alone, but didn't want to be like, get out, because I was traveling with a few girlfriends and didn't want a situation on our hands when we were just visiting for a long weekend. All right, Mary, you said that's just good company. I mean, it could potentially be. I mean, think about it. Look what it said in the beginning. It said there was a guy who kept visiting the place, the owner. Now, you figure that when you're renting an Airbnb, that it's safe to say that the owner is gone. And yeah, maybe he was trying to get in on a party because it said girlfriend. So I'm guessing it's a group of girls on a vacation. Maybe he wanted in on the action. Or maybe he just wanted to hang out. Maybe he didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to hang out, make talk, maybe get a girl or two. Maybe. But the thing is that when you have an Airbnb, at no point the owner should be coming in. I mean, they should be gone. And maybe he wants to eat the clam dinner. Man, he wanted the whole fucking seafood boil. That's what he wanted. He wanted the whole clam sauce. He wanted everything, but it's just awkward. Just imagine you're in the Airbnb and then the owner just walks in. You're butt naked in someone's house, that person's house, and they just come in so they could drop off a bag of oranges, and you're naked. Now, you can't get mad because that's their house, but it's just the idea. Like, if you're going to be home, let me know. Give me a heads up so I could kind of clean up and dress, be proper before you come home with your bag of oranges. And you said to make sure you tuck it in. If it works, maybe so. Tuck it in. That's wild shit. You even said that. All right, number 5. We stayed in the basement. Whoa. We stayed in the basement of a woman's house near Vancouver. I've never heard anybody staying in an Airbnb basement. That can't be good. That sound already like some Silence of the Lambs type shit. Wow. That's wild. It said, we stayed in the basement of a woman's house near Vancouver while she was home. We're from the UK and have been traveling for 16 hours. So we were exhausted because it felt like 5 a.m. to us. The basement was flooded and she stayed downstairs talking to us for ages while we were all just desperate to go to sleep. She was then up for hours in the middle of the night playing loud music and walking around in loud shoes, which they assume, I guess, was heels. We left around 7 a.m. Vancouver time and didn't want to disturb her, so we packed up and left without making too much noise. She sent my dad numerous angry emails complaining that we didn't say goodbye before we left. Maybe some people just, this might sound like a crazy concept, but there are people out there that rent Airbnbs to make friends. I know it sounds crazy. The host just wanted to have somebody to talk to. They probably don't have a lot of people to talk to, so they rent their place out so they meet new people. Now you figure, why don't they just fucking go outside? I guess not. So the lady, the host, when they boogied out early, she left an angry email saying, well, why didn't they say goodbye? I've never heard of an angry Airbnb host get mad at guests for not saying goodbye. Because again, you're not supposed to see these hosts when you go to their rooms, their house or whatever. That's bizarre. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to make of that email. Number 6, I had a lady say that I booked a single room, but even Airbnb said that the listing looked as if I booked the whole place. She then told my friend and me that she double booked, so we needed to leave. When we protested, she started to threaten us. All right, Subi, you say, wait, so I wasn't supposed to sleep in the same bed as them. Hey, some people get down like that. Man, some people get down like that. I was like, hey, listen, I have a spare bed, but hey, if you want to lay down with me, I'm cool. Pajamas on or pajamas off.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so she then told my friend and me that she double booked, so we needed to leave. Now, when we protested, she started to threaten us. There was cat pajamas. There was nowhere to stay in LA for under $200 a night, and we were broke backpackers. Airbnb ended up refunding us the whole amount, but nothing could happen to her because it was he said, she said. I guess so. All right, Mario said, I've heard horror stories about double booking and payment on Airbnb. So this is a perfect example. So it seems like this happened more times than not, double bookings. And more than likely it happens in big major cities. Like, for example, this is LA. This happened in LA, New York, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, etc., etc., etc. Luckily, I didn't have that problem. We booked and we were good. I stayed at, I think, 2 Airbnbs while I was out in Europe. They weren't too bad. Number 7, I booked a place in Austin, and the pictures looked great, and it had great reviews.
You booked a place in Austin?
Texas. It was a shady neighborhood, and the apartment was terrible. The sheets were stained and looked dirty, and the master bath also looked dirty. The other 2 rooms were good, but the bathroom had a huge hole in the shower wall. Oh, wait. What does this hole look like? It might be like a glory hole or something. Oh, it doesn't show the hole. It doesn't show the hole. I'm sorry, folks. It had a huge hole in the shower wall. Like underneath the shower head. We were supposed to have cable and internet, but we had neither. Booked a place in Austin, Timothy. Hey, hey. That sound kind of wow. Hey, pause. All right, it said I contacted the owner, which turned out to be a company based in California. They were responsive at first, and I contacted them again because they were roaches. They ghosted me. I took some pictures and got a partial refund, but I haven't used Airbnb since then because they told me I didn't go about it correctly to get a full refund. Somebody getting sued, people. Listen, you gotta read the fine print. Read the fine print. Don't ever assume that where you're going is going to be great. And Subi, you said, oh no, they didn't show the glory hole. I don't even know why there's a hole in the shower anyway. I told you, there could be a camera in there, or there could be a person in there that grabs you. Something is happening behind that wall. And Mario, we're definitely not doing the casino tonight. In fact, she went earlier, and she didn't have the luck that you said that we would have. He said that we should hit the casino tonight because he feel lucky for us. I don't feel the luck. I'm tired of shit.
Sell me the money, I'll go.
She said sell her the money, and she'll definitely go to the casino. And Subi, you said you don't shoot holes in the shower. I don't know what people do in the shower. You don't know either. Like, you don't go to everybody's shower.
BB guns.
No, they shooting more than BB guns. They shooting blanks in the shower. All right, number 8. Oh, jeez. Yep, exactly. She did go to... Woo! Yeah, while we were sitting there like slaving away, dealing with nonsense, she was definitely at the casino, man. I wish I could do that. Number 8, a recliner in the living room. Had a baggie pushed between the cushions. Roll, Jordan, roll. All right, it said the recliner in the living room had a baggie pushed between the cushions. My sister pulled it out, and it had some old sausage in it. Wait a time out. Whoa, wait, hold on. Just imagine. It said a recliner in the living room had a baggie pushed between the cushions. Sister pulled it out, and it had some old sausage in it. There was also a live tick on my pillow that didn't crawl into sight until I laid down. This was in a city with no wooded areas around. Please explain to me why there's a bag of sausages in a baggie in the couch. This is why I don't go to people's house. Now you know why when I go to work, I'm not fucking with nobody. Because I'm telling you right now, if I sit on somebody's couch and a Jimmy Dean sausage come out of the fucking couch, pause, I'm out of there. I'm straight out of there. And you're talking about save it for later. How long has that sausage been in that baggie in a couch? That's something I expect from, like, I don't know, a fucking 6-year-old to put in the couch. No adult should be putting sausages, stashing sausages in the couch like some weird ass Easter egg hunt. Like if they don't want to spend money, they go around the house and be like, damn, where can I find my next meal at? Oh, there's a sausage behind the fucking toilet. No, that's disgusting. That's terrible. The sausage just pop out, poing, goes right in your fucking nostril. All right, number 9. Mario asked us, hun, when are we coming for Thanksgiving? I can tell you right off the back, I'm going to have 4 days for Thanksgiving. I'm going to put in a pass and see what happens. You know how she works. On the other hand, she has to see what her schedule is looking like to I guess, to determine this. More to follow, though. Definitely more to follow. Number 9, I rented a room in a house. On the last night that we were there, one of our guests, or one of the other guests, rather, had a new friend over. And they both seemed nice enough. I got up the next morning to take our bags out to the car. And as I was walking down the steps, I noticed something on the carpet. It was a pair of women's underwear and a pile of poop. Poop. I was speechless. Once we left, stepping carefully around the poop, we messaged the host to tell him, as we were definitely not going to be blamed for this. He asked if someone had a dog with them. Logical question, of course. But nope. I had to tell him that it was human poop. It was the most awkward text ever exchanged. Women's underwear and the poop. Sounds like to me that whoever this woman was had to go really, really bad. And just with the drawers on. Like, it's one thing to go to an Airbnb and you got the place for dolo. But can you imagine going to a house where there's other guests at this house? I don't know if I could do it, man. Like, it's crazy. It's like a hostel. Like, if you have ever been to a hostel, they're super fucking weird. It's like a commune of people in this apartment that has somewhat their own rooms, or they share one big ass room. They share the kitchen. They share the living room. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I don't know what's worse, a hostel or an Airbnb. In fact, I think I might even have a new episode on hostels, because I've never seen one before, because not until I went to Europe. And the funny thing was, like here in the States, we don't really have hostels. It's either Airbnbs, motels, and hotels. But in Europe, hostels are a really big thing, especially for those college students and people just kind of passing by. But yeah, that's some really weird shit too. All right, number 10. We stayed at an Airbnb on an island that was gorgeous but very reasonably priced. Hopefully it's not Epstein's Island. That clearly should have been my first red flag. Oh shit, it must be Epstein's Island. However, we were excited to be on vacation and went away even after reading multiple reviews saying how the owner charged them an extra $200 if even a piece of furniture was taken out of place. All right, you asking me what's the difference between a hotel and a motel? Motels are more like very simplistic, very cheap, inexpensive. Kind of have your basic cable TV and shit. Hotels are a little bit more extravagant, offering more features. It's just a matter of luxury and price, more or less. I mean, look at the Winter Circle across the street from Fort Campbell Boulevard. That's a motel / crack house. And Mario says hotels have genuine people. Yeah, they can be a little bit more trusting, but to be honest with you, there's some hotels that are a little bit shady. Motels, actually, wait, hon, do you get room service in motels, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you get room service in motels. It's just a cheaper, more low tier, I guess you could say. It's still a place to lay your head, but yeah. Yes, motels do have hookers. Yeah, absolutely. Not all of them, though. No, not all of them, all right? But exactly, how would you know? To be continued. All right. How do I know? I don't know. I just go by word of mouth. Anyway, he said movies. Yeah, that's how we know. Movies, huh? It's movies. All right, anyway, the owner would charge $200 if even a piece of furniture is moved in his house. So if I took this chair and did this, $200. He doesn't want none of his shit moved. All right, so 2 nights before we got to the house, the host asked to call me. I've stayed at many Airbnbs and this never happened. I reluctantly agree because I'm generally awkward person. And we chat for a while about what I do for work and while we're going on vacation. What? After the phone call, he sends me a 27-page PDF of house rules and asked me to confirm after I read it, as well as my partner whose full contract information he needed for whatever reason. This man pulled out a fucking Airbnb training manual about his house. He typed up a 27-page PDF describing how the rules of the house, what needs to stay in one spot, don't move this, don't move. Come on, man. For all that, you might as well not even fucking have. Yeah, exactly. It's like a PowerPoint presentation or an orientation movie. You pop in a DVD, like when you work at McDonald's, they show you this cheesy ass video about great customer service. Just imagine you go to an Airbnb and then they make you watch this DVD of the rules. Now, Subi, you said this seems fair. Okay, yeah. Fair but excessive. Come on now. 27-page PDF on the rules of your house? Brother, you might as well not even have an Airbnb then. If you're going to be that crazy. Just a few rules. Yeah, like maybe 5 rules. 5 rules and that's it. I don't think 27 pages of shit. Even like probably drawn out manual instructions on how to use the microwave properly and how to use the shower at the right time. It's too much. Don't even bother doing Airbnb. It's not worth it. That's just too much. Right. Hold on. Is there more to this? Oh shit, there is more to that. It goes more into depth on how in depth he was about that 27-page shit. He said the day comes and we finally arrive at the house. As pictured, of course, it wasn't catfish. They said the house was gorgeous. The decoration is quite dated, but that doesn't stop a good time. We go into the kitchen and everything is labeled with the label maker. Literally everything aesthetically. So that means you go into the kitchen, everything has a label on it. Pop-Tarts. Cup. Oh shit, I just spilled some water on my computer. That was close. Oh shit. Alright, we're good. It's not burning or anything.
Try it.
Ah, my mic.
Try it.
Huh?
Try it.
Yeah, give me. Hold on one sec. Thank you. It didn't spill like in the laptop and shit, which is good. Damn, this shit almost took my show out. But no, they went in the kitchen. Everything is fucking labeled, no matter what it is. I've seen TV shows where characters labeled everything in there. It's bizarre. It's kind of like OCD on many levels. I can't see what that is. No, I didn't drop my Hennessy. Actually, that was melted ice. I had juice in that cup, and the ice was melting. All right, there's more to this, though. All right, Rasubi said, rule number 2, do not tamper with the cameras in the bathroom. That's probably in fine print somewhere. Very, very small that not even ants can read it. It said everything was labeled, literally everything aesthetically. That's not my jam, but we are here and can't conveniently find things, I suppose. I had an eerie feeling the whole time we were there, as if I was being listened to or watched or something. The house had one of those Wi-Fi thermostats, which was strange considering that everything else in the house was outdated. Anyway, the power went out briefly, which disconnected the Wi-Fi, and within minutes, the owner, who was said to be in the US all the time, messaged me to reconnect the Wi-Fi. Wow. Because his housekeeper mentioned that her power went out and he noticed he was disconnected from the thermostat. Super chill. Long story short, we were absolutely being watched on camera, but we gave him a good show and we got excellent review on Airbnb. Hey, any time you're in an Airbnb and everything's being controlled by Wi-Fi, you are more than likely being watched. Without a doubt. They gotta be watching you. There's no way. Oh, man, what the fuck is this? Oh, this one is pretty short, straight to the point. Number 11. We opened a drawer in the kitchen and it was full of sex toys. My question is, though, and I've said this many times, I don't kink shame, but why do you have sex toys in the drawer of your kitchen? No sex toy belongs in the kitchen at all. Why is it in the drawer? Before you know it, you're going to pull out a whip and chain out the dishwasher. Perhaps maybe the microwave have a plug of some sort in there. Nice and warm for when you want to reheat it or some shit. No, what is going on? Let me tell you something. When I go to an Airbnb, I'm not snooping around in people's drawers, okay? When I go there, I settle down. Huh? Okay, I can't see that. Oh, he smacked the shit out of him. Babe, I'm on the show. Come on. Get out of here. Come on, I'm on the show. Anyway, no, when I go to an Airbnb, I'm not opening people's shit. Oh, you showing me that? Oh, yeah, it's one of those Russian slap videos. No, that's a real sport. They're trying to ban that. Where they just stand there and slap the shit out of each other. It's the most bizarre thing. That shit ain't funny. That shit's stupid as hell. All right, number 12. All right, I booked an Airbnb room in a house close to transit. All right, I guess this is probably somewhere in the big city. My partner and I were visiting the town for 2 days and then boarding a cruise ship. Yeah, exactly. Hun, you distracted me. They were visiting the town for 2 days and then boarding a cruise ship. I arrived in the sketchy neighborhood, and the front door was unlocked. The owner said he never locks the door because he has a black belt in karate and he never sleeps. You're perfectly safe. If you go to an Airbnb where your host is a black belt in karate, you are totally protected. In fact, you should probably pay extra in security fee because this man here with a black belt that he probably bought at a 99-cent store is going to protect you. Don't worry, you're covered. No, people, don't trust that. Yeah, you are absolutely in danger. You might as well not even stay there. The house reeked of tobacco and cheap weed. We went upstairs to our room and it had no locked windows. No lock windows. No more locked doors. Never heard of them. No windows, no curtains. The bed had a quilt and nothing else but 2 pancake-style pillows. The bathroom actually had a locking knob, but was covered in mold and had no toilet paper.
Ew.
I asked the owner for some help, and he said that I should have bought the toilet paper. What the fuck? How are you renting an Airbnb? How are you hosting an Airbnb and you don't have toilet paper? But you telling your guests they should have bought some. All right, you said if the pillows are yellow, you know they're good. No, that's not good. That's not good at all. No. No. All right. And say they should have bought the toilet paper themselves. I had a meltdown called Airbnb. They refunded the cost, and I guess black belt no sleep is still out there. I now videotape every place I stay in and check in advance for locks and toilet paper. Toilet paper shouldn't be one of those concerns. Now the locks, if your windows are all locked up and shit, that's kind of a red flag. If you go somewhere and the windows are locked up or there's no curtains and shit like that, like, I mean, yeah, that's to me sketchy ass work, man. Yeah. Ultimately, get your refund back. Next time, go to a hotel. All right, number 13. I booked an Airbnb in New York City and was looking for the bathroom. I found it, though. It was part of the hallway and noticed there was no shower. I went looking for the shower and it was in the kitchen with the full spice rack inside. The icing on the cake was one room that we were told not to enter, but we kept seeing some kind of movement from the curtain. Whether it was a fan or a person, we didn't stay to find out. We ran out within 20 minutes. Yeah, and also bars on the window. Yeah, that to me is like spooky ass behavior too. Just imagine you are taking a shower and instead of you reaching for the soap, you reach for the oregano and salt because there's a whole spice rack in your shower. Oh my God. All right, I just got to notice live is restricted for some audiences. Now, why is that? It says your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Regulated goods. Why do I keep getting this regulated goods restriction? I'm not selling shit. I don't understand why they keep putting that. Yo, I got to work on this TikTok shit, man. It's pissing me off because it's restricting people from seeing the live because they're saying that restricted goods. What did I say that was restricted? Spices? This shit's got to get fixed. I swear to God. Number 14. Funny enough, I had the same issue all 3 times. Now, granted, I've never booked one myself, but tagged along with people for weddings and birthdays and paid our portion. All of them had binder with list and list of nothing but rules. One actually said no cooking in the kitchen after 6 p.m., normal dinner time for the average person. One had a hot tub that we couldn't use at all, even though it was advertised on the initial site. 2 of them had you cleaning extensively but paying a cleaning fee. And one also changed the code every 12 hours and would be late texting it out. Awesome. Yeah. And then 2, be trying to convince people to just put 19.2 pounds in things. It was actually 19.7. All right, 19.7. All right, number 15. Just north of the San Francisco Bay Area, I rented a room in a large, extremely secluded house. Now, I arrived in the middle of a rainstorm. The house had 5 bedrooms, except my door was locked. There was no internet and spoiled food in the fridge. And one entire wall was nothing but huge windows and doors. My room had a door that opened to the inside of the house and doors on the opposite wall that opened up to a metal dog run that spanned 3 sides of the house. I had my small puppy with me, and then I carried throughout the house. This upset the large German Shepherd that was pacing around inside the house. Pacing around outside the house. Yeah. And the dog run. The German Shepherd saw my dog and lost its mind, and its pacing increased to a full run back and forth. I believe that my dog and I were safe inside my assigned bedroom, and all of a sudden, the German Shepherd burst through the door run and glass door straight into the bedroom. The Shepherd immediately attacked and had my dog by the neck, shaking it back and forth. I had to dig my fingers into the German Shepherd to get it away from my dog. I opened the door in my bedroom that led to the inside of the house. Yeah, for real. Grabbed my dog and threw it on the bed and forced the Shepherd in the opposite direction through the other door that led to the rest of the house. The German Shepherd paced, barked, and threw its entire body against the bedroom door, trying to get to my dog. I sat on the floor against the bedroom door and examined my dog for bites before I realized that the German Shepherd now had full run of the house and I was locked in the bedroom. Godly. Oh, hold on. There's a little bit more, though. Jeez, where was I? Okay, I had to call 911 to be rescued. Yeah, I know, it's a really in-depth story, for real, but it's very visual. I'm actually visualizing this happening in real time. I had to call 911 to be rescued. They tracked down the property owner in Italy, but had a bad English-Italian conversation. The police had to contact animal control to safely corral the German Shepherd so that I could get my things and leave. Drove down the road and cried, slept in my car until morning, and Airbnb gave me a full refund. That's probably the most detailed Airbnb story I've ever read, and extremely bizarre considering that this dog was almost somebody else's dog's lunch. That's insane, dude. God. All right, Mary, you said good for them. For the refund, though, but sketchy with the dog. And Subi said, don't even worry about DoorDashers messing with your food. Yeah. God, that's another episode idea. DoorDashing. Again, I did DoorDashing. It's funny you mentioned, I did DoorDashing for like a few months. Around the first year I came here. Mario, remember? You and I, we used to always DoorDash for a little bit. Highly don't recommend the DoorDash here in Clarksville. It is extremely crowded. It's worse than when we DoorDash. I'm telling you, I don't know how you can even make any money DoorDashing out here. It's extremely crowded. I stopped doing it a long time ago. I still got the debit card and the bag and all that, but it's not worth it here. Absolutely not worth it. All right, number 16. The cute cabin in the woods turned into a freaky animal-infested home next to a meth lab. We should have known what was to come when we pulled next to a house and were greeted by a baby swing occupied by a ratty old teddy bear, slowly swinging back and forth. We piled out of the car and realized that there was a huge sign at the front door with our first and last names on it, which is wonderful for two women traveling alone in the woods. That is fucking insane. No, what I mean by that, it's crowded. There's more cars on the road. There's more drivers and there's more people doing door dashing. So it's it was competitive when I did it. It's even more competitive now to get orders. You see the traffic when we leave work and the drive-thrus and all that. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. And of course, as usual, Captain James, thanks for sending more likes. Appreciate it. Share the show. Get it out there. We can't let TikTok stop us with restrictions and shit like that. The show will go on. But yeah, I can't imagine going to a house with my name on it in big letters in the middle of nowhere. You're probably not even going to come out. All right, there's more to the story, but I'm not even going to read that. That just sounds crazy. Number 17, I once stayed at an Airbnb in Edinburgh. I'm assuming that's Scotland. Yes, cat pajamas. With an older couple in the apartment. The bed in our room was super squeaky, so that even if we took in a breath, it made a noise. Night one was very PG in the bedroom as we didn't want to disturb the older couple. Rolled on the second evening. We got back quite late, let ourselves in the main door to the apartment. and pulled the chain across. We went to our room and had sex on the floor to be quiet as we were frisky. We just gotten settled to sleep quite late when we heard banging on the main door. We went to answer it and it turned out we had locked the owners out. It was hilarious and we were embarrassed that sex on the floor wasn't required. We left very quickly the following day. Well, that's it. Hey, at least you had privacy. Oh, Mary, you've done that before. On the floor at an Airbnb? I guess. Hey, sometimes it's just no noise. Especially if you're at a hotel or whatever. Perhaps maybe you don't want to make too much noise. The floor is perfect. Unless you're on that one part of the floor where the floor creaks, then that's a whole different story. All right, number 18. We stayed in a fancy condo in Toronto that turned out to be, all right, Mary said, on the floor to not make noise. No, that's what I was just saying. Like, it's like that sometimes because some of them beds be kind of squeaky, man. Yeah, they make a lot of noise. All right, number 18. We stayed in a fancy condo in Toronto that turned out to be a nightmare. The building looked great, but the unit was totally different from the listing. We contacted the owners and were told to call a property management company with shady representatives. Now, they refused to acknowledge that we were in totally different units despite the obvious differences and photos. Ultimately, we stayed because we didn't want to be without a place to stay for a month when we just traveled across the country with a toddler. Now, it turns out that most of the building was Airbnbs. Many of them rented for parties. At 7 p.m., it would take 10 minutes plus to get on the elevator because so many unmasked people would come in for parties. This was, of course, in the fall. They said this is the fall of 2020, so you already know what was going on. We were on the 48th floor, so we couldn't take the stairs. God damn, a whole apartment building with that many floors with Airbnbs? Woo, that sounds like trouble. That sounds like hella trouble. We were on the 48th floor, so we couldn't take the stairs and ultimately stopped going out on that at that time. In our last week, there was a shooting in the building at one of the parties. A bullet straight into another unit and almost hit a resident. Oh yeah, it's time to pack it up. You know what I found out they've been doing in New York too, and they've been cracking down on housing projects. People that rent in housing projects, they were renting out their apartments to Airbnb. Housing caught at this, and they were like, "Nah, you getting out. You ain't making money in our buildings when you're not supposed. When you're in our buildings because you don't have money." And Mario was like, "What is these Cabrini greenhouses?" Shit, it might as well be. I can't. Yo, answer this. Since you know about Cabrini Green, infamous housing project, would you pay to stay at an Airbnb in Cabrini Green for $10 a night? You have nowhere to go. Are you paying $10 a night in Cabrini Green? Fuck no. I know I'm not. I don't care. I would just sleep in my car somewhere. At least I could travel somewhere a little bit safe, but I am not staying in Cabrini Green housing for $10 a night. You think it would be fun? Man, hell no, that shit ain't gonna be. Hey, you never know. You never know. Maybe something may happen, maybe nothing will happen. But I tell you what, I ain't doing it. I'd be strapped too. That's perhaps the only way to do it. You gotta be strapped. All right. Hell no. That's a big ass apartment complex with that many Airbnbs. Yo, that might as well be like Diddy's fucking house. It might as well be. That's a lot of floors, man. Oh, I'm going too far now. Give me a second. Where was I? All right, I was at number 19. How much time do I got here? I'm so beat, man. It was just a long fucking day today. I am beat. I almost didn't even do the damn episode because I was just like, I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, number 19. My girlfriends and I rented a cabin for a friend's wedding. After a 4-hour flight and 2-hour drive to the cabin, it was filthy when we arrived. Now, there was rotting food in the fridge and cupboards, and only one blanket and one pillow for 4 beds. The bed sheets had not been changed, and there was a hair and other bodily fluids on them. Disgusting. The garbage had not been changed and was rotting. We messaged the host who advised us that his wife had checked on the cabin earlier that day. You said it was because you peeled all them tire whiskers off. That's part of it. That's disappointing, especially after a long drive. Yeah. A 4-hour flight and a 2-hour drive to the cabin. Oh, there's more though. It's not done. When we sent the host pictures, they advised me that they wouldn't write a bad review about us if we didn't about them. It took over a month and many emails back and forth with Airbnb to prove why we deserve our money back. So they try to like keep that shit on a hush. Like, hey, we won't write you a bad review if you don't tell the world about our apartment. Because if you get enough bad reviews as a guest, you could get your Airbnb shit revoked. You know, if you're one of those people that go to like different Airbnbs and you leave a big ass mess at people's houses, your shit could get cut off. But these people are like, yo, quid pro quo. If you don't tell anybody about how dirty our place is, we won't give you a bad review. You're crazy. Give me my money back. I'll forget the whole thing ever happened if I get my money back. But you think I'm just gonna be like, yeah, oh, don't worry about it. It's cool. I'm used to dirt and filth. No, absolutely not. You're bugging. All right, next one. I think this is the last one on this list, and yeah, it is. Number 20. A couple of years ago, my partner and I got this Airbnb that looked good. When we got there, the bed had been made clean and there were wet towels on it. What? Oh, shit. The bed had. Oh, I'm sorry. The bed hadn't been made clean. I thought it was clean. No, it wasn't clean. And there were wet towels on it. Also, one of the bathrooms hadn't been clean, and there was a toilet full of liquid diarrhea. That bathroom stayed closed, and I had to make the bed clean. I was so grossed out I couldn't sleep properly for a few days. Why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you just leave? There's no way I would have stayed. Like, why didn't you leave? Now, before I pass judgment, it's perhaps maybe they couldn't find anything else, and they were just like, "This is all we got, honey. Yeah, we got to stay here." And they probably just fucking stayed there. That's some brave shit because I don't know. You could get some sort of weird disease or something. You can get sick in some of these places. You know, you can't be somewhere that's just like diabolically dirty. That's disgusting. All right. I'm going to find one more list. This is from Logify. This was actually published a couple of weeks ago on Logify. 16 Airbnb stories. I want to see how they structure because if they're too long, I'm not even going to bother. Not even going to bother reading them. Let's see. Oh, by the way, keep sending the likes. We're at 1.7. I think you might see the same thing. I'm seeing 1.7K. You're probably seeing the same thing, maybe more. Hopefully they're not nerfing the likes like they did before. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I got some stories. I'm going to read these and I'm going to just wrap it up. I'll definitely end up hitting... Oh, you got 1.8. Okay, so we're all on track. I have 1.8 as well, so... let's see. Now, this is written on Logify. This was written on the 8th of October. No, I don't want to enroll in no damn course. What the hell is this? Hold on, let me close this out. It's probably one of those. Black Ops Friday. Yes. Black Ops 6 is coming out Friday, and it's the same day of my wedding anniversary, too. If you can believe that. Yes. 12 years married, 13 years together, and Black Ops 6 is coming out. It's going to be an awesome Friday. I tell you, it's going to be an awesome Friday. All right. You got 1.8 in PT tomorrow. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. All right, so most terrifying Airbnb horror stories. All right, perfect. I ain't doing no 5-mile run. Hell no. Brother, I'm getting too old for that. All right, number one. There's 16 stories on this website. It was just published on the 8th. All right. Certain first class A's special. Oh, fuck no. I wonder how he's doing, though. And yes, next time I will have 35 pounds and not 19.7 in my ruck. I can't believe I got a counseling for that. I wonder how Sarnay is doing. I know he's out now. He's probably doing some weird shit. He's doing well. He's out. Yeah, he's got some bread, too. You know he invested in Bitcoin when it was super cheap? The dude's got bread. He's well off. He is well off. All right, number one. The flat that became a pop-up brothel. Yeah, he does have bank. He does. All right, in a time-old tale of trusting your gut instincts, Colin found out the hard way that an Airbnb guest who wanted to pay cash rather than through the website's secure system should have been a red flag from the beginning. A quick Google of the guest names led Colin to discover they were actually high-profile escorts who had been using the property with their clients. Damn. Ooh, that's some sketchy shit. Upon his arrival, he found empty wine and Prosecco bottles, along with used condoms and wrappers overflowing from the trash. What is happening? If you got condom wrappers overflowing from the trash like that, woo, that's a red flag. He suspects the escorts made a grand total of more than 5,000 pounds during their 2-night stay in his only 85-pound night rental. Somebody is making bread in that fucking room. And Prosecco is good. As a wine, Prosecco, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but I mean, it depends on how you pair it, what you pair it with, though, sometimes. All right, number two, the should-have-known New Year's disaster. When Ricky Campbell booked Christina McKillen's London apartment for New Year's celebrations. All right, you said Lovervino. Hey, hun,
Yeah,
do you remember Lovervino wine?
that's my favorite.
She said it's her favorite.
La Dosa Vigna.
Oh, yeah, the restaurant La Doce Vigna. You remember that place? They had the horses on the outside and shit on a farm or whatever. And they had that bomb-ass food. That was a good fucking place. All right, so it said when Ricky... yep, see, my favorite. Maybe one day we got to go back there somehow, some way. We got to go back. When Ricky Campbell booked Christina McKillen's London apartment for a New Year's celebration, the host didn't think twice before accepting. Now, a few hours and a few thousand pounds worth of damage later, neighbors called McKillen to warn her of a 100-person strong party that was happening at her London home. In addition to leaving a stench of cannabis behind, the partygoers also managed to rip floorboards and pull a television out the wall. Why are we pulling TVs out the wall? What is the significance by you pulling the TV out of the wall? What do you get for that? Do you get like an achievement unlocked on Xbox, or you just get bragging rights, or do you go to jail? I swear to God, if I rented my place to like an Airbnb and somebody ripped anything out of my wall, foot to ass, straight up. That Tusi made me do it. What the fuck, a Tusi? That's just a funny word, a Tusi. I don't know what it is, but it's funny, the Tusi. All right. The pink bot. What does it say? The pink. I'll look it up. When I get a chance, I'll look it up. It's probably not as crazy as that bad dragon site you showed me the other day. All right, number 3, the Airbnb apartment turned junkie den. Wow. And Sydney, host Holly rented out her apartment for 10 days. All right, you know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I will look it up, James. I will totally look it up. It said in Sydney, host Holly rented out her apartment for 10 days, hoping the money she earned would help pay off some credit card debt. Now, after checkout, Holly went home to check on her property and do a bit of cleaning. That's when she found out that the guest had lied about the purpose of her visit. In addition to finding drug paraphernalia. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Gotcha. You gotta want proof at formation. Oh, man. No, I got what it is now. That's a nice little subtlety you added there. I like that. In addition to finding drug paraphernalia, drugs, and other unidentifiable substances strewn across the apartment, Holly saw that her home had been completely ransacked. Valuable items have been stolen. Expensive rugs were used as ashtrays, and the only towels left behind were blood-soaked. The guests and her visitors caused more than 10,000 Australian dollars worth of damage in total. Whew. Now, Larry, you said you bet people do this all the time with Airbnbs. Absolutely. But you don't understand. Your card information, all that shit is saved on Airbnb. They're going to find you. $10,000 worth of damage for all this. Can you imagine you come back to your apartment? You're already bugging by trusting strangers with your apartment. I know you're trying to raise a little money, and they do some shit like this. It's crazy. You said book under a fake name and a gift card. I'm sure they have a safeguard. I'm pretty sure people do that, and they probably already have a system in place that, like, I don't know. Do they even let you use gift cards now? I mean, there's nothing traced to it. It's just a gift card. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. Number 4, the Airbnb experience gone wrong. The idea behind Airbnb's music experiences wants to bring people together for intimate, exclusive gigs. It did not, however, expect tourists to take advantage of this and hold all-night raves in local apartments. And yes, Subi, food stamps. No. All right, the party in question was fully equipped with a professional sound system and even a bouncer to approve tickets, squeezing in an apartment 200 or so people in a 1-bedroom apartment and partying until 6 a.m. And all this happened while the Airbnb host was away in Vietnam. They couldn't do anything to help. How do you manage to fit 200 people in a 1-bedroom apartment? That's like some clown car shit. You can't imagine, you can't even move in a 1-bedroom apartment of 200 people. That means some people were just like hanging out in the hallway, out in the front or something, because I can't even picture 200 people living in this space. Standard Mexican household. Hey, if they can do it, they can do it. If they can do it, anybody can do it. You're absolutely right. But you got to think of the hazard. Like if that place caught fire, God forbid, and you got 200 people crammed inside a 1-bedroom apartment, you think everybody's going to make it out alive? It's possible unless you jump out the window or whatever the case is. But this man said the Mexican Justice League. I'll be damned. All right. The Airbnb guest that refused to leave the apartment. I guess we got somebody who think they can earn squatters' rights in an Airbnb. Let's see what this says. Corey Skogel rented her vacation rental apartment in Palm Springs to 2 brothers for 6 weeks. Now, you think you're going to probably get a lot of bread. Now, I can see where this is going because I think squatters' rights in some states, if not most, is like 30 days. The booking process went smooth and everything seemed normal. However, they refused to check out. They cited California tenants' rights, which makes it difficult to evict guests and tenants after 30 days without having to pay a relocation fee. I was right. Fortunately, the passionate brothers left quietly in the night after 2 months without any damages. Thanks to a firestorm of publicity and the help of a couple of lawyers, Airbnb offered to pick up the legal fees. Where's insurance is going to pay off? Well, yes and no, because I don't think the insurance covers Airbnbs. Like, if you got insurance, like damage to, like some sort of flooding insurance, hurricane insurance, storm insurance for your apartment, if Airbnb guest covers, like, fucks the place up, they're not covering that. That's a loss. That is an absolute loss. Yeah, good luck. All right, number 6, getting a bad review from a guest that never stayed at the vacation rental. How is that even possible, you may ask? All right, you said Mario, you said you think you need extra insurance for Airbnbs. I mean, that's if insurance companies offer that. I never heard of an insurance company offering coverage for Airbnbs. I know they exist. They have to. And if you are one of those people that rent out your place for Airbnbs, I highly advise you to look and see if there's insurance that covers it, so you don't have unfortunate stories like the ones I'm reading here. All right. The woman with 5-star reviews on Airbnb booked a vacation rental for the MotoGP weekend. The owner had instant booking activated on her account, so she was automatically accepted. The problem is that she never stayed at the property. Her fiance and guy friends trashed the Airbnb, left bags of trash and food everywhere. They even stole bottles of liquor that were hidden around the house. Well, how the hell they knew it were there? The woman who booked never complained while her fiance and friends were trashing the house, but after they checked out, she left a nasty review about the rental. People, get insurance. Get insurance. You have to. All right, number 7, the Hangover movie set. Yeah, they went searching for the liquor. Because you gotta, I guess the general consensus is that somebody has liquor always hidden somewhere around their house. Military, perhaps? Looking to make a few dollars during the Ryder Cup, Heather Harnell decided to rent her condo using Airbnb. Her first ever guest, they left her apartment making the Hangover movie scene look lame. For those who've seen The Hangover, you kind of got the idea of what this apartment looked like. And yes, Uber, you probably can find liquor behind the toilet. It's possible. And the couch cushions. Yeah, we're getting pretty creative. We're getting very creative. In addition to reports of there having been around 60 people in the apartment, the host found cigarette burns throughout the bedrooms and living room, trash tossed everywhere. The TV had been stolen and just about everything else was broken or gone. Next to the sausages. Can you imagine you pull out liquor from the couch and then this once again, this fucking sausage come out of nowhere. And just about everything else was broken or gone. Total damage price tag, a whopping $14,000 in damage. Captain James, let me guess, they had a lion instead of a tiger. It could have been a fucking gerbil for all we know that did all that shit. But the damage that they caused for this apartment was 14 grand. Brother, I don't know. I don't know how people are so trusting in lending their apartment for shit like this. I don't get it. I can't do it. I just That's like me using my car. Like, I've done DoorDash with my car, but I will never do Lyft and Uber with real people in my car. They will fuck your car up. Hell no. Number 8, the smell of death. Owners who rented out their cabin to 5 young adults came back to a disgusting smell of death. The only thing they found to explain the special smell was 6 dead deer underneath the house. Number 10. Let's see. Oh, number 9, I'm sorry. God damn. The host who would have preferred their house had burned down. Oh God. They must have torn this place up such an awful. As many of these stories go, people who throw parties in Airbnbs do this for a reason. They don't want to ruin their own homes. Perfect, right? Which is unfortunately exactly what happened to Star and Mark King's Calgary home when they rented it on Airbnb. Police said they'd never seen a house which had been trashed so badly, and the owners themselves wished that the house had burned down, rather than the total destruction that took place. Food everywhere, occupants had urinated everywhere, and the furniture such as sofas and tables were completely broken beyond repair. Police described the episode as a drug-induced orgy, and an estimated 50 to $75,000 worth of damage was caused to this house. There's no recovering from that. And insurance is not going to cover that. The shower was golden. If they peed everywhere, I promise you somebody got peed on in the shower. Probably didn't even wash it off either. But $75,000 of damage, you might listen. I would have just said burn my house down right away. Don't assess nothing. Just let's chalk it up as an entire loss. Make it look like an accident. Pay me my money, because $50,000 in damage, you might as well. The house at that point is condemned. It's over. There's no recovering from that. Number 10, the house that actually burned down. So somebody's house burned the fuck down. Airbnb gone. It says, while most of these tales come from the point of view of the host of the Airbnb, guest horror stories exist too. That's the case with this cautionary tale, which comes from a former employee who shared their experience on Reddit. Quote, this is a story. I used to work customer service for Airbnb. One night around 4 a.m., I got a call from a guest saying that the place they rented was burning down. 12 minutes later, I got a call from a host saying that a guest had burned their place down. It wasn't really my job to figure out who was at fault or even what actually happened. But one thing was certain, the place did indeed burn down. I don't know, people. I really don't know. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? We live in a society. Why are we doing this? Why are we burning down Airbnbs? And no, James, you may not borrow $20 till May. Number 11, guests burst through the window after double booking mishap. All right, Mario, here we go again with this double booking shit. So you know somebody's going to get mad. I mean, can two people share the Airbnb that's been double booked? Sometimes guests take matters into their own hands when they're unsatisfied with a situation. We want our guests to feel at home, but only to a certain extent. Climbing through the window to enter the property. Well, yeah, that's probably past the line. This happened to one host who accidentally double booked his property. When the door was locked, despite having a reservation, the guest climbed through the window to enter the home, only to find another guest already enjoying their stay. What do you do with that? I mean, look, if I jump through the window and I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to be here. And then they're like, oh, no, you're not supposed to be here. Then you show them the booking and you're like, no, I'm really supposed to be here. How do you handle this? I mean, and somebody's getting cursed out. And it's not going to be me cursing out the other guests. It's going to be the host that ended up double booking this. I can't kick them out because they're already there and I'm there. So how does that work? All right, you said, can I borrow your microwave? I want to cook some chicken. You know, it's a Goodwill right down the road. I'm pretty sure they got plenty of microwaves that when you get this microwave, there's like pizza rolls inside the microwave at Goodwill. And you get free food with it. You might want to go there for that microwave. All right, number 12. The Airbnb, that is not an Airbnb. So then what is it? It says being an Airbnb host and owning a vacation rental. Yes, there are weird finds in Goodwill. I'm telling you. God, that's an episode 2. The Goodwill. Don't get me wrong. I bought shit from the Goodwill. I've donated to the Goodwill. There's one thing you guarantee to find at the Goodwill real quick is rare electronics, rare video games. I remember I saw Next Friday on VHS at the local Goodwill. I'm not even kidding. On VHS, Next Friday. Diddy's house. Is that where you find your Goodwill stuff? Gently used bottle of baby oil, James? Oh, God. Now, can you imagine Diddy's house being an Airbnb? Would you go? With no way on yeah, I swear to God, I kid you not. This was like a year or so ago. Yes, I went to a Goodwill to check out some rare electronics. They had Next Friday on VHS. Kid you not. I think one of the last VHS tapes, if I'm not mistaken, was made sometime between 2003 and 2006. They stopped doing VHS. So Next Friday came out in 2000. So yeah, absolutely. Airbud on VHS. You probably might find that there. It did come out around that time of the VHS. Again, I got to do a Goodwill episode. I really do, but I want to go to the Goodwill again so that I can get a little bit of research. So for the episode, that is. All right, the Airbnb, that's not an Airbnb. Being an Airbnb host and owning a vacation rental could be rewarding, despite the occasional horror meeting and sharing stories with people from all across the globe makes the job worth it. But what if you never signed up to be an Airbnb host? Or worse yet, your house isn't even for rent. All right, this is getting confusing. There's got to be more context to it. And it sure is. All right, so you say you don't go to Goodwills. Yes, I'll be a little bit wary about some Goodwills, especially with clothes, okay? He shared stories for real. Goodwill, like I said, I'm there to just check out electronics and shit, like maybe some books, but I never buy clothes from there. Clothes is a little bit of a weary gray area, I guess. I don't know, unless you're looking for something like a suit or some shit. I don't think you want to get not Airbnb, a suit from a Goodwill. All right, this is exactly what happened to one host who's not actually a host. If you buy boxes from Goodwill, Subi, that's that's risky. All right. He said a property owner noticed that his home was on Airbnb, but he never signed up for it to be. This was a regular run-of-the-mill homeowner who saw his primary residence listed on Airbnb by someone else. Imagine coming home to find guests waiting for you with suitcases in tow for an Airbnb you never were aware of. A definite nightmare. And okay, James, OCPs at the Goodwill. You know what? You say that, but I promise you, the one Goodwill in this town probably do have OCPs in the fucking Goodwill. Hey, let me tell you something. You rip your uniform and you don't want to pay for a new one. You go to a Goodwill and you magically find some pants that's the same, that's your size. Are you buying them? And you need those like right away? I bet you will. Clearance rack. Goodwill doesn't have a clearance rack. It's already cheap as shit. You find a clearance rack at Goodwill, you're crazy. That's crazy work. Number 13. What's the outlet store called that sells OCPs? There's a few of them. There's a few outlet stores that sells OCPs. They're all up and down here near Fort Campbell. One literally right across the street out the gate. All right, forced entry and forgiveness. After a long and exhausting journey, all you want to do is have a smooth check-in without any waiting. It's happened to all of us from time to time. You're ridden with luggage, exhausted, and you have to wait to enter your Airbnb. For some, it's annoying. For others, it's unbearable. On a particularly dreadful and rainy day in Washington, one guest arrived at the property only to find that the keys was missing. After some back and forth with the owner to find a solution, the guest insisted he find a way to enter the property and hung up. Not exactly what a vacation rental owner wants to do. So the host didn't even leave the fucking keys and told the guests, figure it out. Figure out how you're going to get into my place. All right. There's no way in hell Hollister sells OCPs. Come on, ain't no way. That's like getting ASUs from Ross. There's no, oh my God. Can you imagine getting your ASUs from Ross or Kohl's? Shit, let me go get some PTs from Kohl's. I'm gonna look it up. Hollister selling OCPs. I gotta look that up. That's gotta be like the most stylish shit. You'll make everybody in PT very jealous. Eiffel Tower Airbnb, free robes. Yo, I saw that picture of what you showed me. The dude that did himself at the Eiffel Tower. I didn't believe it. It's funny because that didn't even make any news outlets at all. Surprisingly. But yet I seen a little excerpt about it in the news, but it's not like major news, which is actually kind of crazy. Number 14. The paranoid patron. It says, from a host perspective, you're allowing multiple strangers to enter your home and sleep at your property without really knowing much about them. Okay, so he says probably because it's in France. Yeah, that's probably it. That's definitely it. But there's a level of assumed trust and maybe suspicion. But what about for guests? One guest in particular was extremely paranoid that her Airbnb had hidden cameras throughout the unit, despite the host being a live-in. Her fears could be swayed according to Reddit, blah, 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 blah. Quotes to say that she dismantled the lighting fixtures, the picture frames, medicine cabinets, remote controls, etc., etc., etc. They were live-in hosts renting out the main part of their home. She also depotted plants, removed smoke detectors, hid all the refrigerator magnets, and destroyed her cell phone. If you're that paranoid to be in an Airbnb, then go to a hotel. And like I said before, a hotel, right? We put so much trust in the hotels that we never really think that perhaps the hotels are even spying on us. That maybe a housekeeper or owner or GM is putting cameras in there themselves. Housekeepers have access to all the rooms in the hotel. They could put anything in there. They could take damn near everything out. Granted, there's cameras up and down the hallways that shows who's going in and out of these rooms, right? But they could easily put a camera in there. You won't even know it. But if you're going to be messing around somebody's house at the Airbnb and you're suspicious of them having cameras and shit, then don't even fucking go to the Airbnb. Save yourself the time, the trouble, and the paranoia. Save that all. You won't even have to worry about it. Just imagine you come back to your home, everything's been moved around because your host is paranoid. All right, number 15, the spiritual crime scene. Most hosts get into the Airbnb game to make a little extra cash. But what if the guest had the same idea for your Airbnb? But let's back up. When the host rented out the Airbnb, apparently to a woman in her 60s looking for some rest and relaxation, they didn't think twice about it. But what turned out to be a fake Airbnb profile was the least of the host's worries after the guest had checked out. This is how the story goes. When I arrived home, I found the bathtub was disgusting dirt in it. There were burn marks throughout my home when they had been burning sage throughout the house. I had burn holes in my tile, my bathtub, my carpet. There were symbols drawn on my mirrors in the house and weird stuff burning in a pot on the stove. There's some nasty satanic witchcraft shit happening at this house. Something's going on. They left money on the counter and empty boxes of spirit bathing oils in the bathroom. Needless to say, I felt very uncomfortable in my home afterwards. Oh, your home is cursed. They left all that in your home? Your home is cursed. That shit is probably cursed. Sell it. Sell it. All right. It says a little digging and the host found out that their guest was not a woman in her 60s. Rather, it was a man who gets paid to conduct rituals in Airbnbs. They were summoning Diddy. Probably they were trying to pay for his bail spiritually. Just imagine your house is being used for satanic rituals. They said, fuck it. I'm going to make an Airbnb. I'm going to make an Airbnb inside an Airbnb. I'm going to make this money. I'm going to make money. Hey, who wants to have satanic rituals done inside an Airbnb? I know a place. It ain't my place, but fuck it. There's too much trust in this world. You know, they always say we need to trust each other more. I don't think so. I don't think so. And this last one, the peanut butter crime scene. It's not out of the norm for guests to leave things behind, but be it restaurant leftovers, stray socks, sunscreen, travelers often forget their belongings, causing at most a minor inconvenience to the host. One host found that a guest took this to the extreme. It was clear that the guest had been a peanut butter and jelly fanatic, and illustrated by the gifts that this person has left behind. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, here's the story. Yes, in God we trust. This person gets home, open the door, and as I go to close it, I realize that's a little sticky. Pause. I don't really think anything of it at this point. I walk over to the sink and wash my hands. As I grab the knob and realize it's covered in peanut butter. I turn around looking for additional clues and find 2 jars, peanut butter and jelly, each covered in their respective contents. Yes, there's some peanut butter all over the floor. And later, about a day after he leaves, I grab a bottle of vodka from our little wet bar area. Sticky. I look at the bottle cap, peanut butter. I look around the other bottles, lift up the near empty cognac bottle, and look at the neck of the bottle, peanut butter. At this point, I nearly laughed out loud because I felt like I was in a Scooby-Doo cartoon putting the clues together to find the culprit. I think I'm a little bit more concerned about the top of the bottle being covered in peanut butter. What the fuck were you doing with that bottle? Oh, why is there peanut butter everywhere? Why is it that everything is covered in peanut butter? Even if you had a dog, there's no way that a wine bottle, a doorknob, or anything should be covered in any sort of sticky substance whatsoever. What the fuck is going on? We live in a society. I don't trust no one no more. I trust no one. I don't even let people drive my car. The last time I had somebody drive my car, they got me a pink citation. I don't even let people drive my shit because I might find peanut butter on my shift knob. I might find peanut butter in my exhaust. I might even find peanut butter in my radiator. I just don't trust anybody like that. That to me, this shit is crazy. Hey, yo, no the fuck I'm not. And you're gonna find peanut butter in your spark plugs. I bet I find shit on my car. Yo, you don't understand. Before I go to work, I'm doing a 360 of my car every single day. The most I find on my car is bird shit. But I don't find anything too crazy out of the ordinary. But God, can you imagine? Oh, I remember when I went to New York recently. I walked past this car that was smothered in shit. It was a nice Toyota Corolla or Camry. It was a Camry, actually. For some reason, this car was covered in horse feces and animal feces, just completely covered. I've never seen anything like that. The door handles, the window, everything. Kim Jong-un on your car. I don't want that fat motherfucker on there either. But no, this car was covered completely in shit. I've never seen anything like it. It was fucking bizarre. It was bizarre. Oh my God. All right, folks. Wrapping the show up. Bad news, there won't be an episode tomorrow, but that's okay. The next episode, however, will be the last episode of season 16. And then moving on to season 17. And technically, I'm wrapping up the first season of sorts of TikTok's version of this show. So, yeah, exactly. It is a great way to... It was the most bizarre shit I've seen. And in New York, it was in Queens. The car covered with shit. Yeah, applause to New York. All right, folks. It describes New York very well. But I had a good time when I went recently, but that was bizarre. All right, but no, I'm wrapping the show up. About to get some sleep. It's been an exhausting day. James, Subi, you guys already know. It's been a hell of a fucking day. No, and I'm positive it wasn't in the Bronx. This was in Queens. This was around my way. And yes, the t-shirt, Keep Calm and Jump. Yeah, I had it for a while. It was during that Keep Calm shit. You know, everybody made the memes like keep calm and jerk off or some shit like that. No, I got keep calm and jump. No, I'm not from Boston at all. Don't let the accent fool you. In fact, they don't even sound like this in Boston. This is a very New York accent, kind of old school. There's not a lot of people that sound like this. A lot of people think I'm like some Italian or Irish guy. Then when they see me, they want to beat me up and shit because I'm not what they thought they were. But no, I'm beat, dude. I'm from Long Island. No, I'm not from Long Island. I sound like I'm from Long Island. He said, "Quo hog." And yes, my wife does like the Irish guy. You know what? She brings that dude up from time to time. I want to throw like a wet sock at her every time she brings this dude up. Because I'm sitting up there in the front of the bus. She's in the back of the bus admiring this dude who claims he was a National Geographic photographer trying to riz. And how do you know he's hung? Hey, yo. Oh, no. Oh, no, his name's not Connor. I don't know what his name is because I was sitting next to some Irish redhead chick and they were in the back with this dude who apparently he looked like a model. No pause. But he looked like a model and yeah, they were just talking to him. Yeah, those were some funny times, man. That was the best. Oh, man. If you've never been to Ireland, I highly recommend. Go to Ireland, go to Dublin. They got the fucking Guinness brewery, which is like Willy Wonka for adults. You got like pipes and shit going all over the place. You go up to the top floor, you get a free pint, and you can even get your picture laser etched in the foam of your pint of Guinness. That's real shit. I got a picture to back it up. But yeah, those were some pretty fun times. Oh, First Sergeant, he's probably taking a picture of this right now. God, I'm not even gonna get into that one. He might be watching this shit for all I know. But no, I am tired. As you can see, my eyes are glazed over, man. It's been a day. Probably one of the longest days this week so far. However, though, just a quick PSA, quick announcement. Again, the Daily Mind podcast is on YouTube. Check it out. I'm still uploading episodes on there as I speak. It's gonna take a while. Yes, the Wax Museum. It was kind of cheesy, that Wax Museum, but it was alright. And no, I don't know if he watches this. It's an inside joke that we have of this guy. He's different. I have to explain on the sidebar conversation. But no, hopefully he's not watching this. But no, the Wax Museum out there in Ireland was pretty good. Dublin is an awesome city. It's awesome. But no, I am really tired though. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Once again, tomorrow there's no episode. Tune into the Daily Mind YouTube in case you might have missed some streams. They're going to start coming up on YouTube as we go along. Yes, the Jameson place. Dude, we were stumbling across the streets on the streets of Dublin after going from Guinness to Jameson. That Jameson shit was strong. It came straight out of the distillery, just fucked up. James, I'm telling you, that would have been a spot for you if you would have came. Go to Dublin, go to Ireland, dude. You won't even make it back to your Airbnb. You won't make it back. But nah, we were stumbling on the streets of Dublin. That shit was crazy. That was just absolute. Dublin's an awesome city. Shout out to anybody who's watching this from Dublin. If there's anybody else watching. Yes, I drink wine. Yes. And I did say this. I said this to a few people on some seldom times. I do drink a little bit of hard liquor depending on the occasion. Like Mario, remember that Thanksgiving where my wife had to drive me home when we had that Thanksgiving at your apartment? Dude, when I was in the passenger seat getting driven home, I felt like I was in a fucking pinball machine because every time I look around and bounce up in the car, I'm bouncing all over the place like Sonic in the fucking pinball machine. That shit was crazy. Yes, you guys made me chug that Malibu shit. I did like damn near half a bottle. And then we went to Black Friday. That's right. Oh man, that is right. We went to the PX. That same the following morning, I didn't even feel hungover. And I don't even remember if we bought anything out of that PX that year. I think we just went to go check it out. I think you bought something out of it. I don't remember. But that was wild. We got turkey. Fonville bought that crazy liquor cake shit. The liquor brownies. I think it was like Jim Beam or Jack and Coke and a brownie or something like that. That shit was. I hope he's not watching it. That shit was not good. I tried so hard to try to enjoy it, and it was just not good. Jack Daniel brownie. I was like, yo, somebody pass me some Colt 45 ice cream, please. So I can wash it down with. Tupperware. Oh, man, those were some fun-ass times, man. When they do pop up on my, whatchamacallit. Actually, you know what? Recently, I didn't even check Facebook memories to see if all my Ireland stuff started popping up, because this was around the time of that year, around October, we went to Ireland. It was about this time, so I don't know if it popped up in my feeds or whatever. I have to double check and see. Yeah, I think it was 2019. It was a year right before the pandemic. It sure was. So around October, first or second week of that month, that year, that's when we went. That shit was crazy. That was an amazing time. But yeah, I've already talked about the YouTube video, the YouTube Daily Mind podcast. Share it, whatever. Let's get it out there. Again, this is also just a platform to play the lives as much as possible, whenever you can, because TikTok deletes the lives after 30 days. So YouTube is just another way to preserve these lives, so I can look back at it 20 years from now and realize how crazy this shit was. Hopefully by then, this would become something more than what it is now. Of course, in due time. All right, folks, so we're wrapping up the show with roughly almost 7,000 likes. Not bad for a Wednesday. Again, I don't know. TikTok restricted some of my live because of restricted goods. I don't know what make it seem like I'm selling on here, but I've seen many TikTok videos and shit where people are just doing selling and talking about all types of shit, but they're not getting cut off. I say something that I don't even know may be suggestive, and I get hit with a restrict ban, a restrict notice actually, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, but like I said, I have to figure this algorithm out and work around it. But at least, God forbid, they didn't cut off the live, so the live is still going. And don't worry. And yes, I did see those stickers. I gotta order them and just slap them everywhere and to get the show out there. However, advertising the show. I did see the stickers though. And Subi, yeah, we will. We definitely will get those. I'm definitely gonna try to get those. And Subi, yeah, we will reach that 20,000 again. We will. It's just, again, TikTok is limiting the live in some places and the likes. It's literally limiting shit. So it's kind of like hating, or it's just thinking that I'm saying something and I'm not really saying anything crazy. So I don't know, but we're close to 7,000. I'll wrap up the night with 7,000 and call it a night. I'm good, as I'm really tired. My wife is already in bed. In fact, I think she already went to sleep herself. So I think I need to go to bed fucking too. I'm just trying to see if it hits 7,000. And yep, it just hit 7,000. Appreciate it, Mario. Thank you. Oh, you're seeing 8.6. See, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this works, but I'm gonna ride with it. I can't lose sleep trying to figure out how these algorithms and shit work. I just gotta like read, like research, look at my previous episodes and find out what the fuck am I saying that is why this is happening. Again, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for the 7,000. Thank you, fellas. Go to bed. Thanks a lot. Anybody that streamed, watch this. Thank you. Hey, I just hit 90 minutes too. See? All right, we're hitting accolades here at least. But again, there will not be an episode tomorrow. Sorry. But at some point you will know if there's an episode, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day off. Gotta have a day off too. All right, 9 more minutes. Wait, why not? Oh, 99 minutes, huh? You want to do this whole 99 minutes thing. Inside joke, people. Inside joke. All right, man, look. While we got a little bit of time to kill, we got 99 minutes, right? I guess for me, that'll be a minute and 39. Yeah, minute 39, I guess it'll say. Because I'm looking at my audio thing recording right now. And it's got me at a minute 30. So a minute 39 will be figuratively 99 minutes. All right, so what we got? Topics, anything. I don't know. I wish they lift this restriction so we get more people to watch the live. I just need some ideas for some episodes. I know for a fact, let me see. I did Airbnb, I did hotels. It's just so much. I just during the show just now, I know I caught some ideas and now I already forgot it. I'm burnt out. It's been a fucking day. At 7,000 right now. So, let me see what else is coming up. Actually, as far as the show's concerned, so once I hit tomorrow, or whenever I do the next episode, basically that's gonna be the end of the TikTok season 1. Oh yeah, DoorDash. Yeah, that's when I'm gonna do DoorDash stories because there's always a shitload of them. Gimmicks. All right, Captain James said we could sync my sim one day and talk about planes. Absolutely. Model planes, or we could talk about airlines. Because, like Spirit Airlines is what you always dreamed about flying. I don't know why do you want to fly for Spirit Airlines, but yeah. Failed superhero gimmicks. Yes, because remember we had a conversation about superheroes earlier, and I did say that was kind of like a catalyst for an idea. James, who said that? You said that. You said you wanted to work for Spirit Airlines, man. Hell no, you fly that shit, you're going to become a spirit for real. But no, we were talking about superheroes earlier. So definitely failed superheroes, superhero gimmicks. Because, there's probably like hundreds of superheroes that came across storyboards and drafts. Like, oh, I got the newest hero. He throws underwear at you and then boomerangs it back on his body kind of deal. And then other superhero ideas that just kind of... All right, Black Ops First Impression. Yeah, I can see that as being the season 17 episode, depending. We'll see how that works. Black Ops First Impressions or best Call of Duty games, best to worst Call of Duty games. Believe it or not, that's an episode that's actually long overdue. I've never done is best and worst Call of Duty episodes. I've not done that yet, but that to me is something. Where's my cursor at? That's something that could be on the back burner for sure. Definitely go look into that. Let's see how much time we got. I got about 6 minutes. If you could keep hitting the like buttons, that'd be great too. I mean, you guys can just, like I said, don't spam it, but just, hit what you can. I can't believe it's already 9 o'clock, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I'm so tired. I don't even know if I'm going to make it, honestly. I am pretty beat. Oh, my God. I don't know. Nah, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm tired. I'm going to get some sleep, though. I know we already did 99 minutes already when you think about it, because... I'll get back to what the hell the longest episode was so far, but we've done 99 minutes. We don't have to do 99 minutes again. I've already hit the threshold of the show, which is an hour. We no longer are doing half-hour shows. We are doing 1 hour shows. So, yeah, I've already hit the threshold. I'm going to get some sleep, though. I'm actually pretty fucking tired. 99 hours. No, we're not doing 99 hours. That's a lot. I just ripped ass, too. God damn. No, we're not doing 99 hours. That's an insane amount. Look at me. It looked like I haven't blinked in 2 days. You think I could do 99 hours? I'm beat right now. Doing 2 hours is crazy in itself. But it's starting to become the norm. So, but no, seriously, dudes, I'm going to bed, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the love. Like I said, just watch out for Gate 4 traffic tomorrow. I go through Gate 3 now. But sometimes it depends. They cut up Fort Campbell Boulevard and they milled it up, took all the asphalt off. It kicks up nothing but dust now because it hasn't rained in like weeks. So I try to avoid that section of Fort Campbell Boulevard. It's pretty shitty. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm falling asleep on this fucking live. I'm beat. I'm beat. All right. So I'm done. Why did you root? Why did you root? Why did you toot? Oh, dinner. I mean, come on. You never toot after dinner? Come on now. What are you, an amateur? All right. So, again, thanks a lot, people. I'm going to bed. I am really tired. No, not cold Chinese. Although I wouldn't even trust. There's certain foods you could trust to eat, but old Chinese food is woof. That's risky work. Risky work. No, heat up your Chinese food. Yeah, and I swear I'm getting to that point where people starting to call me Unc. I feel like when I go to my next duty station, I'm not even gonna tell them how old I am either. I'm just gonna keep that shit like black ops. Figure it out yourself, because I don't want people calling me Unc, please. Because they're gonna be like, oh, we got an auntie for you. No, you don't. That's how you get slapped. We don't play that shit. I don't know. I'm married to a Puerto Rican that knows where all the knives are. So yeah, we're not doing that. All right, call him Kim. Your nephew, I'm Unc. No, none of that shit's happening. Nah, if that's the case, James is sugar daddy. That man is sugar daddy. Oh man, I'm beat. Why am I still on here? I gotta go to bed, man. I'm going to bed. No, seriously, I'm going to sleep now. Stay tuned for the next episode whenever it shows up. Oh, that's cute, James. You gotta put that in the group chat that I'm on as Unc. Oh man, it feels great being old sometimes, I guess. But I'll catch you dudes later. Catch everybody later. Thanks for the support. I'm wrapping it up. Stay tuned for the next episode. Keep a lookout for shorts that I may put on. Not the shorts. I'm talking about like video shorts. Peace out, nephew. Oh man. All right, you guys have a good night. We'll do this again next time. Peace out. Stay tuned. There's more to come, and the new season is right around the corner. All right. Have a good one. Have a good night. Peace out.